Party people! Welcome all consenting adults to my channel. Blue Dragon here with part 2 of the layout section. So we're still in part 2, but I had to split this into 2 videos because it was gonna take forever. So I'm here, I've got some lemon water with seltzer water and mint and a tiny bit of simple syrup. Not very much because I'm trying not to drink too much sugar. Great for a summer afternoon. What we're basically doing in this mini series is I'm trying to explain a bit of how I went about printing my free, not safe for work webcomic, Dark Horse, 2 acts of it. In this video, we're going to be talking about getting the layout actually set down in InDesign. You can use other products such as MS Publisher. I don't use it. I have used it in the past. It's okay. I had to remove the link that I had shared last week because for some reason YouTube thinks it's a scam video, even though it's just a blog showing you how to use MS Publisher. But I'm not going to argue with them because as much as I don't make any money off of this channel, I still don't want to piss them off too bad. So whatever, I removed it and I put a WikiHow link in there instead. So you can check that video up in the upper right hand corner. You can check out Dark Horse for free at my website. I've got tons of links down in the description. I'm getting ready to print Act 3 of Dark Horse, so I figured I would take you all along on the journey. And you can maybe learn from some of my mistakes, or maybe you have better suggestions, especially in InDesign. I am not professional in InDesign, so you're going to be watching this video and I'm going to fumble quite a bit. If you have suggestions on how to do it better, please, I'm begging you, comment down below. I would appreciate it, and so would my viewers. So hopefully some of this information will help you out, though, if you do decide to print your own comic. Or you could, if you decide to print your own zine. If you keep it black and white, you could keep that very cheap. If you're interested in zines, you can check down in the description. I've got links to the Comic Fury zine. It is free. It is downloadable, it is shareable, we want everyone to enjoy it, and right now Comic Fury Zine is accepting applications for the 2nd issue. So if you host on Comic Fury and you are interested, or you want to start hosting on Comic Fury and you're interested in submitting, then head down to the forum link that's in the description. I'm pointing down an awful lot. I don't even know what that sound is. You could probably make a zine fairly cheaply if you kept it black and white and followed some of these instructions or suggestions. You could probably also print it off yourself. I actually, not right now, but maybe in the future, I'll do a tutorial on how to print off your stuff by yourself, and that would be even cheaper than going to the printer. Probably, I think. I don't know. Let's find out. Not now, though. I digress, and I'm not gonna cut any of this out. Cut. Ooh, I can move my hands. Okay, anyway, let's get started. Alright, I have my working Act 3 document open, but I'm going to start with a fresh, clean slate to show you how I created my first document. So first, go to File and select New Document. You're going to get a pop-up with many page options, but we're going to manually change this shit, so I just click OK. Unless you like working in pixels, which I don't, I go to InDesign, select Preferences, and go down to Units and Increments. I change the ruler to inches so that I can lay out my guidelines in a way that I'm familiar. Click OK if you're doing that step. Now we're going to set up the document to the correct size, so go to File and select Document Setup from the drop-down menu. For now, we're only going to want 1 page, and we do not want the facing pages option. Each page will be 5 inches by 7 inches when completed, as I mentioned in my previous video. I'm doing a full 2-page spread, and since that's how they are printed, I'm going to want my total document size to be 11 by 7.5 because there are 2 pages on one spread. So instead of it being 10, I want that extra 0.5 on the outside and on the inside. You'll see what I mean when I get into it. Next, let's put down some guidelines. It's the same as Photoshop, so if you guys are familiar with Photoshop, we're going to be doing the same thing I did in the previous video, except here, InDesign lets you specify the X or Y axis of the guide. So if you don't want to eyeball it, you can just pull out a guide and manually type in where you want it. And you'll see me doing this as I set the guidelines down. So let's fast forward through a bit of this. I set the guidelines for the outside of the document, but also for the inside. I mark the middle of the document, and I mark 2.5 inches away from that middle where the fold is going to be on either side of that. So next we want to duplicate this spread to the number of front and back pages your comic book is going to be. Mine ended up being 40 pages, counting the cover, the front and back cover. The printers used 10 sheets of paper, but since it's printed front and back, it's duplexed essentially, I need 20 spreads to give me 40 pages, counting the cover, both the inside and the outside covers. So the slow way to duplicate is to right-click over one page and select Duplicate Spread. But I'm sure there's a faster way. I am specifically duplicating rather than inserting new pages because I want those guidelines on every page. I don't want to have to do that for every single one. If there's a better way of doing it and someone knows, share it in the comments, please, because I can't fucking figure it out, and I tried. What I also finally figured out was to select a group of pages that I'd already duplicated and just right-click on all of those that are highlighted and hit Duplicate Spread, and you get your desired number a hell of a lot quicker. Okay, let's go back to the first spread. You can get there quicker by double-clicking on the page or spread you want in the Pages window, which I have off to the right. I hide it, and then I use it, and then I hide it. I do that so that I can keep it out of my way as I'm working. Substep 4, Page Order. I'm going to show you how to lay out your pages next. Have your document file folder open and off to the side, and select your front and back cover of your comic. Just drop them into your document. That's the nice thing about InDesign. You can just select them and then bring them on over. They will stack. You can stack a couple pages, however many you want at a time. I usually do 5 just so that I don't get confused. The front cover goes on the right side of this spread, and the back cover goes on the left, because if you are reading from left to right, when that center fold gets folded in half, you want the cover to open up on the right hand side. I can't believe I'm explaining how the fuck to read a book to you guys. You know how to do that. I'm so sorry. I'm not insulting your intelligence. But that's why you want it backwards from what you would think, or how you would set it up if this was like a PDF form, because it's going to be printed that way. If you sized your pages correctly, they will snap right into place. So the best way I can explain the spread layout is to show you. We go from the cover to the inside cover. On my document, the inside cover is blank. It's on the left of the second spread. The title page is on the right again, and the next page is, in this case, the copyright page, on the left again. Basically, we're alternating between the outward facing page and the inside facing page. So if you start at the top, your cover, you'll lay out the pages right and then left, right, then left, all the way down to the end of the document. Let's speed that up. Now, on spread 20, we are going to work backwards, alternating in the empty spaces that we have left from when we alternated our way downward. They're kind of kitty corner from each other, or catty corner, whatever your word of Wednesday, colloquialism is however you like to say that. When you're pasting your images into the document, as I did with the title page and the back inside cover page, you can right click the empty spread and select paste in place, and generally it will snap into place according to your designated guides. Once you have all your images in place, if you have any text or the like that you want to add, this is usually when I place it in. Not for the title page, obviously I did that first because it's branded and I'm just copying and pasting, and I'm not going to show you how I did that. But the dark horse, I believe, is an image that I just centered in the middle, and then I put my name on there and I just centered everything. And the guide will oftentimes pop up for you to help you figure out where the center is. But if I have, for example, a sample of the next act, which coincidentally I do, I will add sneak peek, the text sneak peek, in the color of the theme of the next act's cover. So I kind of walk you through how to change the outline of the box and how to change the color of the text. That could be a tutorial all in and of itself. Right now, I'm just showing you how to do the document. That kind of stuff you want to play around with. You can also add hyperlinks to the text, but it should go without saying that those won't work at the printer. Captain Obvious here. To do that though, highlight whatever text you want to be linked or whatever object, and then right click, scroll down in that little menu that pops up, go down to interactive and select new hyperlink destination. For websites, I choose from the type drop down menu URL, and then add your whole web address in that URL space. Let's move on. Substep 5! Oh, it looks like Sailor Moon. Moon, prism, power! Okay, I need to stop that. Page numbers. The page, the numbers. Okay, if you're numbering your pages, which you don't have to, not everybody does it, but I personally do it. But when I lived back in St. Louis, I picked up this really awesome indie comic that was printed in Canada, apparently. Yes, I say Canada. I'm sorry, Canada. I hope that doesn't offend anyone. But they had decided not to, this is such, oh wow. Yeah, this isn't for kids, you guys. But I don't want to show like a whole bunch of this, but it's such a cool little comic book, but they don't have any page numbers, you'll see. This is so cool. I'm going to go to their website and see if they've got any more out at some point. But you don't have to have page numbers, but I do. When you do your page count, though, make sure you're not counting the cover. You're starting with the first inside page. So let's look at this American comic that I'm going to hell for. Hey, I'm Christian. They're all symbols. This isn't actually Jesus. This is just a symbol. And symbols don't matter in my face. So anyway, watch me justify myself. But when you open it up, oh, it's so cute. I just now noticed that. The little fishes. But yeah, the first page, their first page is the first comic page. Also, maybe I should do a little, I'll put a censor blob up. Also, I don't want spoilers. Anyway. But, yeah, so they have page numbers, and the first page has page number on it. But let's take a look at something else. Here's another indie book. This was a friend of mine. He's such a kind, gentle soul. He does great poetry, but his book has, you probably shouldn't put the page number here, but you're counting the first inside page. Okay, I'm looking at indie stuff. Let's look at something professional. Don't get more professional than Ginsberg, man. Oh man, I've read this so much. I love Ginsberg. But you don't count, obviously, this because that's just fancy bullshit. But you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's the page number. Okay, so a book of poetry does it. What about a regular novel? Okay, here's a book that I need to read. I read another one by him, 69. It was awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, there's 8. Yeah, look, I can count. Okay, but what about manga? Jeez, you're showing all these crap that has nothing to do with manga. Probably my favorite manga of all time. This even trumps Sailor Moon. I talk about Sailor Moon all the time, but Serious Face, this is it. I need to do my video on it. But let's try that. Oh, she's so cute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. There you go. You can probably do it differently. For different books, like if it has like a foreword or like an introduction and stuff, they probably number it differently then. But like if it's something like this, there's absolutely nothing wrong with starting with the first page. Y'all need to read this. This is amazing. Okay, maybe not everyone would like this, but I fucking love Ginsberg. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's get down to business. The count from my title page to the first comic page that has enough space in it in the margin to actually drop in the page number. You know, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not gonna count the whole goddamn book. You've heard me count enough in this series. So let's speed this up. When you get to the last spread, start moving backwards from that very last one. Be mindful also of the color of your page numbers. Like normally it's just going to be black if you got the white guttering, but you can see that my guttering is black since it's a flashback, and therefore I have changed my page number font from black to white. That's mostly common sense, so I guess I'm done with the page number section. Substep 6. Exporting. You're ready to export this puppy! Hooray! So go to File and Export. Hopefully you've been saving your document at regular intervals, so it should already have a name, but if not, name it. From the Format option / drop down menu, select Adobe PDF in parentheses print. Hit save and you're going to open up this export box. There's a lot of stuff you can do here. You can go to the compression option in the sidebar and just as quickly fucking nope the fuck out of there because I have no idea what's going on. It's all Greek to me. Someone smarter than me, tell me what it does in the comments below. If you weren't already incorporating bleeds and stuff, you could add those from the marks and bleeds option in this sidebar. My printers specifically have told me they don't want that stuff, so I don't have it. I'm simply going to export it the way it is. So I also like to choose that little option for it to pop up after it's done processing because I'm impatient. I don't want to have to look for it. I want to know when it's done. So I click that for my own convenience. And then you're going to get like a little ding, like a little bun in the... Oh no, it doesn't make a noise. But it's like a bun in the... only it's a comic and it's not baked. Anyway, boom, there's your PDF. Let's scroll down and give this print export hyperlink a little click. It's the print version though, so nothing's going to happen. Oh, come on. What the fuck? Why Adobe? Why? Ugh. Okay. I have got to change my default browser to Firefox. I don't like Safari. I don't know why that's always like the main thing. Anyway, Lasai, this has absolutely nothing to do with the video. But now's a great time to look your PDF over, make final tweaks and edits, and have an edit party with those few cooks I mentioned in part 1 of this series. Don't have an in-person party unless you live with them. Also make sure that you don't have too many cooks, as I mentioned in the first video. And get ready for next week where we delve into more detail about working with the printers. And now it's time for the question of the week. Let's make this interesting. Let's make this totally off topic because that's what I feel like doing. What is your favorite pastime? I keep being told that baseball is America's favorite pastime, but it's not my favorite pastime. I got nothing against it, but it's not my favorite. So, this pastime, it could be anything. Something you did before quarantine or something you're doing now. I like to play RPGs, video games. I like Dungeons and Dragons. Hi, yeah, I play it online with Roll20. It's free. I like to read and take long walks on the beach and play board games or card games, chess and checkers. I used to play backgammon. Solitaire's fun. So is rummy, gin rummy, 500 rum. I like rum, just in general. I'm a pirate. No, I'm not. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. If you like what I do and feel like helping out, support links are all down below. My patrons and donators and subscribers, you know, they're all super freaking cool. And honest to God, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You can also help with a sub, a like, and a doing the bell thing. Otherwise, you know, take care and be safe, friends. Peace and love. Fare you well, and keep on trucking.